Hey, if you're new to our channel, my name is Stephanie.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to our open road adventures.
We're doing something a little different today. We got you out here by the river, our favorite place to shoot. If you are new to our channel, we do a lot of creative collaborations. We do some amazing travels and take some great pictures. So if you're into that kind of thing, welcome to the show.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, guys, we are at the Bonneville Salmon Migration Ladder / Lock and Dam.
Yeah, the Bonneville Dam was one of the most innovative American industrial projects of the early 20th century. It was proposed in 1929 by the Corps of Engineers, but no action was taken until Roosevelt took office.
And it generates quite a bit of power. It generates enough electricity to power 900,000 homes, which is huge. It revolutionized the Pacific Northwest economy. So dams were really important.
And I think it shows a lot of innovation here. I can remember seeing a documentary years ago about how they had to find unique ways to get those fish upstream.
And we'll tell you here in just a second.
The Native Americans, early explorers, things of that nature. Over here we have some information about when the dam was built in the 1930s. We have the bookstore, and this is the only place you can find a restaurant. Okay, so ladies and guys.
Okay.
Okay. 5 is the rooftop observation. You get a great view. It's a beautiful day. Go on up and enjoy it. And look up as well as down because it's pretty high.
The Bonneville Dam took 4 years to build. It required 3,000 workers with teams operating nonstop, if you can believe that. 8-hour shifts, so 24/7 labor. By the dam's completion, 26 people had died. Isn't that crazy? And I do know that happened a lot back in the day when they had less safety measures put in place. The dam is a half a mile long and about 200 feet high. It was the first powerhouse to see 96,000 gallons of water per second.
That's a lot of water.
That was amazing. So it's enough to fill a 3-bedroom house in just 1 second. Can you imagine that? When it first opened in 1938, the navigational lock was the largest single lift in the entire world. That was in 1938. And would you say, Krishan, that this is quite the engineering feat?
I would say so. And right now we're looking into the salmon ladder. And like I said earlier, I can remember seeing a documentary where they had to do some renovations to one of the dams here in the United States. And they were using bulldozers to pull these huge fish that were at the base of the dam out of the water because the fish was trying to make their way up and downstream to get back to where their hatching grounds.
Okay.
And for them to have come up with this project to find a way to get those salmon from downstream or upstream or vice versa, however biology works like that, I think it really speaks to the ingenuity of the Corps of Engineers.
Did you know fish ladders were built into the dam to assist salmon for swimming upstream?
So upstream.
Yeah. A series of gates and chambers help facilitate migration patterns so they aren't stopped by the barrier of the dam. Now, what are we seeing here, Krishan? So this is just like a window in to what we're going to see here in just a minute when we're looking down over.
Yep, this is washing those fish because you can see the fish are swimming against the river because they're trying to get to their migrational hatching grounds.
Now, you see the lights that are in there? Do you want to hear a fun fact? Some fish weren't able to swim in the dark, so lights had to be installed so that they could swim.
Yeah. By any means
Who knew
necessary,
that,
right?
Yeah, because it's supposed to mimic the sunlight. So the sunlight coming in, and the fish couldn't see the sun, so they had to put lights on.
I think they did a really good job of putting this in place so that the public can come in and see the good works that are being done.
Oh, yeah.
That we're not just generating power with this, we're also doing something to make sure that our impact is lessened on the environment.
I was actually quite surprised they let visitors in nowadays. So, very, very thankful. So this, Krishan, this is the ladder, right? So they just hop, right? So they're hopping in the opposite direction. Yeah, up. They're coming up.
This is photography. I mean, there's so many different elements you have to account for. You can use a filter, or a polarized filter to simple water. You can use some patience and just wait till the fish so much going on. It's really eager to get out here and get these pictures and see what I can do in the post to really make these pictures jump out there. Here are the fish. This is what I'm talking about.
That's really cool.
You're able to use that polarized filter to see right through the water and see down to those fish. I think you just saw a fish right there jump up the salmon ladder right there. That was like
really neat.
Me exercising patience, which a lot of photographers don't have. You know, sometimes
Included.
Yeah, sometimes I'm in short supply of it as well as using some photo techniques to get the picture right here.
So they were having some issues with the fish. Those fish were circling back and swimming through twice. That sounds like something I would do if I was a fish. So what they had to do was they had to hire a fish counter. So that's someone who comes in at the height of the salmon run and put in a fish counter. And this is a person who actually counts each individual fish. And this person may see anywhere from 10,000 to 20,000 fish per hour.
Who's counting 10,000 fish an hour?
I don't even know how you do that.
Now, I've heard of fuzzing your resume. That's taking it to the next level.
Oh, my goodness. So now we're going to tell you about this amazing story on how we got to the dam.
So this is what happened.
Yeah, tell them what really happened.
We were on our way to a different destination. I can't remember which destination
I'm telling you, we were going down to Crater Lake. We were going south. And then I saw it and I was like, ooh, that'd be really cool. But then we were coming back up to the falls. Multnomah Falls.
That's what happened. We were on the way to the falls. We got to the falls.
That's the full story.
And then we realized you had to have a reservation to get in.
Well,
at a certain
you're not
time.
telling the whole story. When we came in, because the first 30 miles out, we saw a sign that says, no more parking for Multnomah Falls.
That is
no
true.
more parking. I was like, oh my goodness, no more parking. That's the problem. So when we got closer, we did realize that the gates were open. So we went in, and I don't know, Krishan, how many cars were in there?
That's not what happened.
It was 100,000 cars.
We saw the sign, and I said, challenge accepted.
You did not. You said that in your head.
So we got there, and I said, okay, we're going to go in. We're going to see if we can get in. And they gave us instructions. We were able to go in. We were able to book a time to come back. So we went on to the government's website. We booked the time to come back.
You're not telling the full story, though.
What am I leaving
all the
out?
tickets had been sold for the time.
Yes, all the tickets had been sold for the time that we were there.
Right.
But they still had times available for later on.
They had tickets left.
So we booked those tickets for later on.
But you got to tell them how long it took you to book those tickets.
In the meantime,
because everybody was trying to get those same tickets.
It was
mayhem.
It was like trying to get on the internet at a football game because everybody was on the internet. I mean, the bandwidth was all gone.
Right. So you had to make an account for you and Kaya, and then they would only let you buy 2 tickets.
Yes. Who does that?
I don't know.
If I had a family of 5 and I want to get tickets, you mean to tell me I can only use two per email addresses?
Yeah, 3 accounts.
It was a headache, but we figured it out. So challenge was accepted,
Yeah.
and we were able to get these amazing pictures. And here's some other pictures of the salmon ladder at work.
And you're still not telling the full story. So while we were waiting our time, because our time was like 5 and it was like 1, so we got like several hours to like find something to do. So I was like, oh, we'll just go to the dam.
Yeah.
So that's how we ended up.
We drove down. We
Bonneville
saw
dam.
the dam again. We're like, oh, we'll go and we'll check this out. So we got to go in, and I was a little skeptic. I was like,
skeptical for what?
I don't know if they're going to let us in here because this is a United States Army Corps of Engineers site.
That is true. So. You know what it reminded me of when we were coming through the gate, because he had to like check your trunk, check your back seat. It reminded me of when you go on the military base.
Except for the guy had a full beard, and I was like, who is this guy's supervisor?
Right.
Or where's his shaving profile?
Right, yeah, anyway. So we got in, and I was amazed that they're letting people tour this facility. We got a full tour, a self-guided tour. It was absolutely amazing. The first part of the video, you saw the lady talking where the fish were swimming, and she was giving a full description about the salmon and the life cycle and all of those things.
But unlike other places we've gone to, people we saw here, they were very well informed about the location. When you go to some sites and you get volunteers to go from site to site to site, they can point you in the right direction, but they can't really give you in-depth knowledge. These guys, they knew exactly what they were talking about, exactly what everything was. So I really appreciate that.
All right, so this is another view of the salmon. I think that's really cool that the salmon opened. They did such a good job with building the ladder and the locks and everything that the fish, they know exactly what to do, and it doesn't stop the migration and the different natural things that the salmon have to do, which is really cool. And I know there's a little bit of a controversy about dams and how they're not good for nature, but this works, doesn't it?
I think it's a great alternative. I mean, they're getting what they need with the electricity, but they're also trying to lessen the impact they're having on nature. Like I said, I really like this picture here because it really allowed me to stretch my abilities as a photographer to try to get this shot.
I love the green that you brought out in the water. That was pretty.
Now here's another one of my favorite places to go. I thought that the symmetry within this building was fantastic. Of course, this guy stops. Makes you sign in, so we'll click right past that.
Well, you got to sign in. Yeah.
But watch this next picture. I mean, this is the epitome of taking something that is just an everyday item and trying to make something special with a picture.
Yeah, it's really cool. So these are turbines that turn.
Yeah, I think these are the turbines that generate the electricity.
Okay.
But
really
I think
nice.
that the color is amazing. I mean, whoever put this in definitely had a flair for the dramatics.
That was really cool because as soon as you came in, you saw the engineer's desk. And it said, this is what an engineer's desk looked like in the 1930s. And I'm like, yeah, that's not what it looks like now.
And this is the picture I'm talking about. How we were
yeah.
able to go in there, get the symmetry, try to make a really good picture, take and a picture that really could have been ordinary and try to make it tell a story. Here you can see how many generators there are in there, the turbines, the amazing colors they had in there. I really like this picture.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And it shows you, I mean, we just were passing by and we're like, oh, we kind of need something to do while we wait for the falls. And it kind of shows you, it goes back to what I said a couple of videos ago, is you don't really need to go to someplace elaborate, right? We just found a place and we used our photography skills to actually take awesome photos. So I think that's it. You just don't want to limit yourself and think, okay, I need an awesome place. I need to drive, like 100 million miles away. And you can just find awesome photos in just the normal, right? You think?
I think it's all about keeping your head on a swivel, making sure that you are not driving past amazing locations. I think I watched the video earlier this week. It was about destination addiction. It's how we always think that the next best thing, our happiness is at the destination as opposed to enjoying the journey. I think this was an opportunity for us to try to break that cycle, to say, okay, we're at a destination. Let's go explore this and let's find our happiness right here and right now.
Well, I can tell you, I learned a lot about salmon migration, about the different nature and the dam electricity, and I just learned so much, things that I didn't know before. And so I think that's also what's really nice about exploring places that you wouldn't normally explore. This was not a place that was a destination, but this was just a place that we found on the way to our destination. And I really, I thought it was a really good stop.
I think it was good for multiple reasons. I think when we stick that plug in the wall, we really don't appreciate the effort, the time, and the energy that goes into generating this. We also don't appreciate the impact of our creature comforts that it has on the environment. And to go out here and to see the impact that it has and to see the tools that people who are far more intelligent than I am are putting in place to lessen that impact, it really gives you an appreciation to the creature comforts that we enjoy in our everyday lives.
And people are interested. There were hundreds of people there when we were there, people coming in when we were leaving. People are interested and they want to know about, the lock in the dam and the salmon migration, all of that. And I think that's really good, just that continual education for all generations.
I agree, but I also think the United States Army Corps of Engineers did a great job of turning something that is a tool and intertwining it into a beautiful environment and making it a destination, making it a beautiful place, and making it appealing to the eye, and trying to decrease the impact on nature.
Well, what was your favorite part of visiting the dam?
I think it was the photo opportunities. I really liked the fact that it stretched my ability and made me find unique ways to take pictures.
I liked it because I learned something new. Another amazing stop on our open road journey. Well, we are so happy you joined us today on our open road adventure. And remember, do something nice for someone today and you can do it.
And don't forget, we're just ordinary people trying to do extraordinary things.
I love it.